How we all get along today? You know, part of the fun of rock hounding is finding them, getting to be out enjoying the sunshine and tromping around in the creeks, because you never know what you're going to find. The other part is finding a rock and figuring out how to unlock its potential. You know, sometimes I find rocks that I just think, oh gosh, that thing is just going to be so beautiful cut. And then it turns out to be just ugly. And the other ones, you know, you pick up something unassuming and brown, you know, like this one here. Found it in a local creek. Shows a little bit of potential. Got a little bit of color in there. Got some more right there. Trying to figure out the angle to cut it to unlock that potential. So we're going to throw this one in the saw and take some slabs out of it, and I'll take you along with me and see how it turns out. Let's see. Got some grains. I'm going to try to go across them. We're just going to hit it that way and see what happens. So any of you new to the channel, be sure and go back and check out how I built the saw here. All built out of parts from around the shop. Basis of it was an old table saw I had. It just keeps improving. The latest improvement was I put a shut-off switch to kill it at the end of the stroke. The next couple things, and then that'll probably be it. I have a cooling fan coming for the gear motor that drives the table. At the slow speed at which I'm running this, it's having a tendency, you know what, I think I'll cut it. It's having a tendency to run hot, and I don't want to burn my little motor up. So I have a cooling fan coming. But I think once I get that cooling fan on there, it ought to be just about done, other than I might mount a permanent light. So I can still peek in on it. I like to peek in when they're cut and see how they're turning out. But I got a old drop light wired in up there at the top, just kind of poked in, but don't like that too well. All right, let's get this bad dad cranked down. All right, that looks like that ought to do it. Run the blade in a little. Set our depth for the first pass. So the thread I'm using is a 3/8 16 for the table feed. So that's how I kind of gauge my thickness. I think it's 16 turns per inch, so always figured about 4 ought to get us where we need to be. 3.5. All right, we're all set up. Double check everything, make sure she's all tight. Oh, let's be sure and latch her down. There we go. I'll get back with you, see how she turns out. Well, I'm back. I saved you all the long boring part and got her sliced up. And when you start on one of these rocks, you never know what you're going to find. Sometimes they're just absolutely awesome inside, and sometimes they're all right. This one turned out just all right, so there's a piece I got left. I'll hack that up on the small saw, make something out of it. Got my end cap there. She started out, I wouldn't say boring, but nothing spectacular. But the farther I got back into it, I've got some pretty good slabs out of it. That'll make some pretty jewelry or something. Starting to show a little bit of color the deeper I got into it. Got little reds in there and some whites. And the fracture lines are really interesting. This is the bottom off of it, but those fracture lines are kind of interesting how they hold the color, where the different minerals soak down into her. But all in all, I'm happy with that rock. Well, for a May day, it's getting darn warm in this shop, so I'm gonna pack it in and I'm gonna go see, maybe tromp around the creeks a little bit, see if I can find some new rocks to slice up. Hope you all found it interesting. Like and subscribe. Got any comments, be sure to leave them. I like reading them. Y'all have a good one. Enjoy.